What's up everyone, it's Cryptic Boss here, and in today's video we will be talking about more Hu Tao because I can never get tired of making videos on Hu Tao. She is just so adorable and perfect and cute and OP. I mean, how could you not want to summon for this character? Just look at that.
Toodaloo.
That's so adorable. Today I wanted to talk about her constellations. Now we all know that Hu Tao overall at even C0 is an amazing character. I mean, she brings so much to the team, and this right here is my favorite animation ever. Just look at that, she's so cute. Okay, anyway, before I get off topic, so let's get right into it. Oh, before we jump into the video, make sure you guys follow my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/crypticboss, where I do stream almost every single day, and I love talking about Hu Tao or any character in the game. Alright, so here she is, her constellation. So, Constellation 1, basically what your C1 does is that while you're in your E, which is the Guide to Afterlife, every charge attack that you do, it does not consume any stamina. And let me just say, in my opinion, this is probably the best constellation in the entire game. All right, C1 Hu Tao, it is up there. I would say the only debatable one would be C1 Ganyu, but I would easily go for C1 Hu Tao as the most OP and most worth it constellation in the entire game, as it completely changes the way you play Hu Tao. Well, not completely, but you get more damage. It's a lot more fun because you don't ever have to worry about stamina. Even when your E is finished, you still have a full bar of stamina, which I think is insane. And keep in mind, she is a polearm user, so she just wins in that department. Her C2, so what it does is it increases the Blood Blossom damage by an amount equal to 10% of Hu Tao's max HP at the time effect is applied. Additionally, Spirit Soother will also apply the Blood Blossom effect. So as you can tell, C2 basically just increases your damage. That's about it. Now moving on to C3, which is Lingering Carmine or Carmine. I don't know how to say that, but what it does is that it increases the level of Guide to Afterlife by 3, maximum upgrade to 15. So C3, you know, just your regular upgrade to your talent. C4, which is the Garden of Eternal Rest. I really like that name. So upon defeating the enemy affected by a Blood Blossom that Hu Tao applied herself, all nearby allies in the party, excluding Hu Tao herself, will have their crit rate increased by 12% for 15 seconds. In my opinion, is this worth going for? No. Do I think any constellation is worth going for? Like C6? Absolutely not. But if I had to ever go for a constellation, it would be C1 Hu Tao. That's it. That is my bar. If I ever am going to spend a lot of money or a decent amount of money, it would be on Hu Tao C1. But with that being said, C4, you know, just a little good constellation that increases your crit rate. Nothing too crazy, but it is good to have. Now we're moving on to C5, which is the Floral Incense. So C5, it increases the level of Spirit Soother by 3, maximum upgrade level 15. Once again, it's your normal standard increase in talent. C6, now this constellation might be the most interesting constellation that I've seen in the entire game, because what it does is when your Hu Tao's HP drops below 25%, or when she suffers a lethal strike, which again, when you suffer a lethal strike, you will be at a very low HP, Hu Tao will not fall as a result of the damage sustained. Additionally, for 10 seconds or for the next 10 seconds, all of her elemental skill and physical resistance is increased by 200%. That is a lot. Moreover, her crit rate is increased by 100%, so you could literally have 0% crit rate on Hu Tao. I mean, you could build a Hu Tao that is solely based on C6 with no crit rate and just insane 300% plus crit damage, and you could just do some insane plays, some big numbers. But is that really viable in the normal world or in the abyss? Absolutely not. It's just there for fun. So this effect also triggers automatically when Hu Tao has 1 HP left. 1 HP. That is kind of hard to get, but I've seen it happen, and it can only occur every 60 seconds. Only once a minute. Now, once a minute, that is not so viable when you're in a boss fight or like in the abyss. I think that is quite a long time, but the fact that it can only occur once every 60 seconds is not so appealing to me. Needless to say, this is a great constellation still. In fact, when you are in this state, which is called I would just call it the Naruto chakra mode, because when you enter this state, I wish I could show it to you guys, but I don't have C6 Hu Tao. I don't even have C0 Hu Tao. But basically, when you activate your C6 constellation and you are below 25% HP and this status or effect takes place, you have like this red flame around you, which I think looks extremely cool. But is it worth going for? Absolutely not, unless you're a whale, which if you're a whale, you should not even be watching this video because it really doesn't matter. You can just go ahead and summon for C6 Hu Tao. The main question, where should you be stopping if you are a dolphin or maybe even a light spender who has saved a ton of primos? Where should you be stopping? I think, in my opinion, C1 is great. You could spend a decent amount of money, get C1, which is going to provide you with a lot of value, an insane amount of value, and just stop. That's it. C1 Hu Tao, and if you have some left over, in fact, go for the Staff of Homa. I would say going for C1 with Staff of Homa is probably the best case scenario for a Hu Tao main. It doesn't get any better than this. Well, of course it does if you keep going for constellations. Is that really what the majority will be able to do? Absolutely not, because most of us are free to play or light spenders. So C1 is your stop, and Staff of Homa if you can get it. If you can't get it, if you have the Black Cliff Pole, don't worry about it. Just keep going for the C1. You will be fine with the Black Cliff Pole. If you have the Battle Pass weapon, which is the Deathmatch, still a great weapon. I would recommend go for C1 still, and then the Staff of Homa. The reason why I keep saying then Staff of Homa is because what I noticed in my comments is that most of you guys are indeed free-to-play players, and I do not want you guys to go summon for the weapon banner where you can lose twice in a row and then get your Staff of Homa, which would take like another 60, 70, 80 pulls, which, you know, let's be realistic, that's a lot of Prima gems, which I don't think is worth it spending on just one rerun banner for a weapon, not even the character. So like I said, go for C1. It's a lot better, especially if you have your Black Cliff Pole or the Battle Pass weapon. You're just better off getting the C1 and then going for Staff of Homa. If you already have C1 Hu Tao, obviously I would recommend going for the weapon, which is Staff of Homa. Do not summon on her constellations. If you really want to, I would say C2 is also a great constellation. Getting to C1, like in fact, you might get lucky while summoning for Hu Tao and get maybe 2 Hu Taos in 110 pull. Who knows? C2 would be a great stop as well, but most likely what majority of the people will be doing is going for C1, including myself, and then the Staff of Homa. In fact, I'm a child main myself. As you can see, I got child when he first came out in November 2020. I have him at C1, and let me just say, this guy is probably the most fun character that I've used in my entire account. I really like him, but would I go for Hu Tao instead? Absolutely. If I didn't have child, if I didn't have Hu Tao, it's an easy cop for Hu Tao. I would love to go for Hu Tao. I would most definitely go for Hu Tao, and if I had a choice to go for C1 or Staff of Homa, I would go first for C1 because it's a lot easier to attain. And yeah, I'm just gonna make a new video about that because I get a lot of questions about whether you should go for C1, whether you should go for Child's Bow, whether you should go for Child only, whether you should go for C0 and Staff of Homa. There's just so many scenarios, so many factors into it. But yeah, I also do giveaways over on my Twitch, so if you ever want some Primo gems, if you're saving for Hu Tao, if you wanna, you know, get that little push to reach that pity, if you want that Vulcan Moon, which is going to give you 3,000 Primo gems because you still have a month remaining, make sure you do click the link in the description and follow my Twitch because I will be doing multiple giveaways when the update goes live and also when Hu Tao drops. And yeah, if you guys found this video helpful, feel free to let me know in the comments if you will be going for Hu Tao, C1, Staff of Homa, or even ignore that and would you be going for Child. And yeah, I will catch you in the next one. I hope you have a good day. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will be posting a ton of more Hu Tao videos. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.